congratulations on the movie, first of all.
Thank you.
I got to see it. I loved it. And this is a sequel too. So what was, that first initial reaction when you found out that you were going to come back for another movie?
I'm very excited. I love franchises, but I love sequels. I really like that you can just get back into the character that you played, and it's kind of like you just start off where you left off. So it was really fun. Sonya's a really fun character for me to play. I'm a huge fan of horror films and the horror genre and thrillers, so it was a huge blast to come back. I loved all the references to the first movie in this one, and yeah.
Yeah, and you guys had a new cast member too. Jenna was brand new to the cast, so what was that like, bringing her in and showing her the ropes before you guys started filming?
Oh, she was just like, we didn't even need to show her anything. She just like fell into it so comfortably, and she was great. She's great in it, and so like fast. She picked up everything so quick, and it was great to have some fresh blood.
Yeah. When I was watching the movie, your character was the first one to kind of die off back again, but your scenes were amazing. And I know you got to throw your own flamethrower, and you got to keep the head. So like, talk to us about that, about your scenes.
The head was great because that was the first time I ever got a live cast, and I always heard all these horror stories of like people getting like really like they would pass out while they were getting their cast done, but I don't know if I did technically, because at one point they're like Hana, 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 and I guess I just fell asleep, passed out, fell asleep, I don't know. And they're like, if I didn't respond, they'd have to like break me open and then do it all over again. Yeah. But anyways, the head turned out great. Mary was really like lovely enough to let me keep it. But when I would come home, sometimes I'd forget that it's there, and I'm like, oh, because it's life size.
Yeah.
But so that was really fun. The flamethrower was great. I really love that thing, and it's so light, like the flamethrower itself, because you have the gas tank in the back, but I also had the stunt guys like pulling the trigger for real. Yeah. So that was really helpful that they were very on it, because I was super scared of really like lighting a tree on fire because it was all outdoors.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to like be the cause of any more fires that we already have in LA. So, but it was so fun, that thing. And then when you press it, because it's so light, when you press it, it doesn't like pull you back so crazy. It just kind of becomes super addicting. So the flamethrower was great. I loved it. I was scared at first because it is like a pretty crazy thing.
Yeah.
But it's really fun to. I wish I just had a flamethrower for every movie I did. I'm like, there's her and a flamethrower again.
If you could steal anything from set, obviously you got to keep the head, but if there was one thing extra that you could have stolen from set, what did you want to take?
I would say the flamethrower.
Okay.
I don't know where I would ever use it, or like I would just have it, but I'd be like too chicken to like actually use it on my own because it's not contained. But it would definitely be that. And I love all the prosthetics of everybody, so I would keep some of those. They just feel so crazy, and they're like really heavy, but they're really great looking things.
Yeah. And we know obviously the movie, it's really bloody, it's really gory. Would you say that there's more blood in this movie than there was in the first one?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, like, I know Sacrifice Samuel was just like a lot of blood that was just dripping out of him. Mm-hmm. And when Batch dies in the first one, there's a lot of blood, but this one is like more blood.
Yeah. And poor Cole in the movie, he has to deal with this again. Like, his best friend's the villain. Like, because we're gonna run this like after the movie airs. So we awesome. Spoilers. If there's any advice you would give to him personally, what advice would you give him?
That's so difficult, because it's like, if he would have just given his blood, like, would it have just been a little few valves of his blood, or would he really believe us and say like, or like when we said, just give us some of your blood and we'll let you go? Like, I mean, what do you do in that situation? Like, because, I'll be like, yeah, just give us some blood. But then after we do that, will we let him go? Or is Max going to kill him? Like, because he just loves killing people. So the advice is, I think he's doing a good job in trying to like avoid everything, because I think one thing will lead to another, even if he does. I think there's a saying where like you don't give in to like terrorists, because when they ask for something, it won't continually like nonstop. It's not like they're just happy now. So it kind of feels like that. We're a little bit like that. So I think he's doing it well. My Cole advice is keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Yeah.
Sucks for us, but works for him.
Now, if there were to be like a third movie, whatever the director could think of, what would you want to happen maybe with your character if you guys were able to come back for a third one?
Maybe there's like a lot of clones of us, and like every time, like maybe now he can't kill us, or maybe we just can't go away. So it's just nonstop. So, and it could be cool if we morph into other people. So he just kind of never is able to move on. That's pretty fucked up, but it's just like every time he thinks he defeated something or defeated us to the next stage, it's just a whole new cycle of it turning all over again. So it would be cool. Like, I think visually it's great to see us again, like whether it's like chop, like even if he did kill us, what if we're just still alive? So he can't ever kill us. We don't, just poof gone. We're just poof, here we are again and again and again. It just never ends, and poor guy just has to deal with us till he dies.
And lastly, before I let you go, we are Celeb Secrets. We did talk a lot about things behind the scenes. Is there maybe like any behind the scenes secrets that we haven't talked about or that we really wouldn't know when watching the movie? It could even be like a favorite memory that you guys had that you bonded over that we wouldn't know, like when we watch.
Well, this sounds pretty interesting because everyone, I mean, we all got along, so it was like really great to see everybody again. But it was so insane because when we shot this originally, it was like 5 years ago. So like Cole was like so small, and so was Emily. She was so small, and now she's like a woman and tall and beautiful, and like Judah now has facial hair and he's like 6'1", and like he's becoming a man. It's like so weird because like you saw them when they were kids. So I guess that's like the most like, I think every day it probably annoyed him. I'm like, oh my god, you're so like big and you're like a man now. It's so weird. but the cast members are great. Like Batch and Robbie and Bella. Like everyone's just really fun, and everyone's doing their thing, and it's just really really celebrated on set. So that's kind of a real plus in this one. It's really bloody sometimes, and the blood is very sticky. So you can't really sit around or like do much. So that's the only thing with this one. Oh. But a lot of the new flesh in this one, as you saw in the trailer and the film, they get a lot of that. So with horror film comes a lot of the sticky blood.